Megastar Angel Blue, and you're watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And, of course, we got Big Mike.
What's up, guys? Train Tracks 2023. End already.
And
wow.
It's like she knows exactly.
She came in on cue, bro. She came in
funny
on
part is you're in my ear. She can't even hear you. But congrats to this little Supergirl. Her volleyball team just won the city championship. Yes. So she's enjoying it with the Rice Krispie treat and watching a little more volleyball because the Longhorns are in the national semifinals right now. So
that's cool.
All right. Okay, Rice Krispie. Go over there and watch the volleyball. Okay.
She's about to Tony Storm this up. Just like
I know she really
take
is.
the whole camera,
take
just
the whole.
Get all the spotlight on her.
And because she's here, I might as well just make sure I do this. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Countdown City Geeks. No W in the name there. Yeah, so great. Yes, because that was her handmade promotion sign.
Again, what we do.
Handmade. You rate that by hand. So, yeah.
My left hand.
Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us here. Go watch the volleyball game. Go. Oh my God, dork. All right, we're going to take some time to recap all the insane wrestling that happened over the weekend. Mission Pro Wrestling Silver Bells.
Izzy?
Yes, Izzy was there. NXT Deadline. All right, and Impact Final Resolution. Tommy's also going to talk a bit about VIP because he was there for that show. And then we're going to talk about another show Tommy's going to be attending, and we confirm he did pay to get in this time. Ring of Honor Final Battle. We're talking all about that because it is taking place.
Actually, I have not seen any kind of electronic receipt or anything, so I don't know.
I'll send it to you just so I can take this.
Make sure to send your credit card number, address, and.
All right, so. That is what is on the docket today for this one. Go ahead, Tommy.
I did remember there was one piece of wrestling news that I forgot about. Apparently, I don't know if you guys saw this, Kushida has signed with TNA.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
Oh,
that officially got confirmed yesterday. No, it's perfect. It's a good segue into the wrestling news because that was confirmed yesterday.
Yeah.
Kushida announced on the, it's still the Impact Wrestling Twitter until the end of the year. Yeah, for a couple more weeks. But yes, Kushida has signed with TNA. Sounds like he'll be making his debut at Hard to Kill. No idea yet what match it's going to be involved with. So, yeah. Bringing out all the stops TNA is because Kushida signed. Okada's coming.
I think they re-signed. Like, there were some smaller ones. I think they re-signed Eddie Edwards again.
Re-signed Eddie Edwards. I saw that.
Yeah, so
they're about to cement their place as, like, I mean, they already have it, but, like, just they're damn sure making sure they're number 3 in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. I'm kind of really excited for the rebrand. Did not get to check out Final Resolution, but from some of the results I've seen on this looked like an amazing show. I need to try and find a watch.
I didn't see it, but I heard. And also, I guess Will Ospreay has another match with Josh Alexander coming up soon.
Yes,
everybody wants a piece of Josh Alexander at this point. Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that part 2.
You know what? You're right. That dude. Honestly, if they want to keep anybody in TNA, I hope they keep him because dude's a freaking machine, bro.
Look, that would be a good segue. Tommy, you got to check out VIP Wrestling. Was it Friday night?
Friday night, yeah.
Yeah, you want to give us a quick rundown on that event?
Yeah, Friday night. It was at the St. Jude Hall, Knights of the Columbus. Great venue. It's not too small, but it's not too big either. So, great place for wrestling. I got to meet Zachary Wentz. Zachary,
nice.
Yeah, because him and Myron Reed were out during the VIP meet and greet. Got to meet the Superiority Complex. Jonathan Gresham, I met before, but I got to meet him again, and just saw a lot of great people. So the match that started was Lou Gotti versus Eric Camacho, because the Camacho family in Dallas is somewhat in disarray. And of course, it's all
we know who to blame for exactly.
Yeah, it's all Nastico's fault, all of it.
All Nastico's fault.
But yeah, that was a great opener. There was a triple threat match that included Maya World and a couple of guys whose names I missed. Unfortunately, I do apologize for that. I missed their names, but Maya World did win her match, kind of continuing her weekend streak. So, and then the tag match for the tag titles, the wrestlers retained, but one of the ring ropes did break. So that kind of extended the intermission time just a little bit. But after that, the rest of the night went just fine. Fuego del Sol and Jonathan Gresham had a match, and let me tell you guys something right now. If you think Fuego del Sol can't go in a technical match, that match will prove you wrong. Because Jonathan Gresham worked his arm every which way possible, and for the most part, Fuego kept up. It did end with Gresham getting the tap out victory, but my God, I know people sometimes see him as like a joke character in wrestling or whatever. No, he can go, and that match proved it, and it was real awesome to see. Here's where a surprise came in. So if you saw a poster, which it had Trey Miguel, Dante Leon, and Chris Carter in a triple threat match. However, just flying in from Japan, they literally said he had just landed before he got to the venue and came straight over to the venue, was Ninja Mac, who is the new GHC hardcore champion over in Japan. So he came in with his belt. It was a non-title match in this case. Trey Miguel won. It was the kind of match you'd expect from those four. Chris Carter, who wasn't as familiar with, he's a local Dallas guy, kept up with the three of them, which that's saying a lot. So my main event was Taya Valkyrie versus Alejandra. Taya did get the win, but Alejandra definitely held her. I didn't like win like that.
She probably cheated, I'm sure.
Actually, you're not wrong. But Alejandra held her own. It was mad impressive to see her compete with someone on that level and to prove she can hang with Taya. It was really cool.
Nice.
The main event, which was just it had the big match feel and it lit up to the hype, was John Morrison or Johnny VIP versus defending the VIP heavyweight world championship. I forgot it's the world championship now against JD Griffey, who we know as Jerome Daniels from old RCW days. He got the technical knockout. Yeah, he got the technical knockout victory, and he even did that once, and I almost lost it. I was like, I almost said this jackass is still doing that.
We saw somebody use that. I think it was Maya World who used it at.
I think.
It was Misty Marks.
Misty Marks
used it at NJPW. That's right.
Yeah. So all in all, a great night. Lou Gotti never fails to put on a good show for VIP. It's like I told a couple people, I would make the shows more often if it wasn't for the fact that it's in Dallas. If it wasn't for that, I'd be at more shows. But it was a great night. It was totally worth the drive, totally worth the time spent, and it was just loads of fun, man. Not one thing was wasted. Yeah.
Pretty cool that Trey Miguel. You said Trey Miguel was there. Then he had to fly out to Ontario for Toronto for Final Resolution the next day. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was there. He had a great night, and then he did kind of disappear right after the show was over. So that makes sense.
Yeah, long flight for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping on the independents though. Forgot to mention the Hybrid Experience is taking place this weekend here in town on Saturday. Yeah. Saturday. And this is a toy drive entry event. Mike, I don't know if you have the card in front of you or not, because
I'll pull up just saying, but yeah, literally you can get in with just bringing a toy.
Unwrapped toy. If you don't have one, go to Five Below, get one, take it. I mean, that's honestly the best way to do it. I mean, those are the way to go. And honestly, there's a lot of really cool stuff at Five Below too. You can find pretty cheap, and that'll work as an unwrapped toy. So for sure. So. But yeah, I'm kind of glad Hybrid moved this event. And usually they've been running on Fridays. Moving this to Saturday was a smart idea, especially with ROH in town or in state for Final Battle on Friday night. And I'm pretty sure a lot of those Hybrid students are going to be working that event, so they're having to rush back into a Hybrid Experience show on Saturday. So
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Have they announced a card or?
Yeah, no, they have.
Okay.
So I know one of the matches they have is Key Vibes and Calientita with Gia Michelle in her corner.
Okay.
So Callie finally getting to face someone other than Izzy. But I'm sure the results will be the same.
Yeah.
Because we got to cheer key vibes for that one.
Mhm.
They also have I believe it's Alexander Crowley versus Amino. Is it
No,
Amino now?
that was the last show.
Oh no, you're right.
Wait, hold on. I think it just.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he
Doesn't
mentioned
No,
Izzy.
it's Danny Vintage.
Danny
who-
Vintage. Okay, there
Okay.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Then they have Chase. Chase Owens is facing. Was it Jay Young last time? Am I getting last cards mixed up with this?
You're getting last card mixed up.
It's all a blur, right? There's so much going
on.
on. It's crazy.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think he's facing Animo. Hold on.
Well,
You're right.
While they're confirming that, we did speak with Izzy a little bit at NPW last week, and obviously she's not going to be at Hybrid this weekend.
Right.
She's on her way to Philadelphia for an event at the ECW Arena, which is pretty damn cool. So
that is really cool.
She said she will be back in January for whatever hybrid event they're going to be running in January, and then of course back at MPW on February 10th, Sleepless in San Antonio, which is the next big event there. So,
I love that name, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a few more of the matches.
Yeah.
So it is Danny Vintage versus Alexander Crowley, Yoshi Bell versus a mystery partner, the Texas Treats versus Jay Young and Eric Walker. It is Chase Owens versus Animo. What's his name? Fernando, the guy who is or sometimes isn't in the Kingdom. I think after the last show, he kind of got kicked out. He has an open challenge because he's trying to continue to prove to the Kingdom that he deserves to be in there. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, if you're gonna aim low, I guess. I hope you.
And then a couple of tag matches. There's the Karate Kids, which is David Young and oh my God, we interviewed him. Why is his name falling out of my head?
David Kidd and Jesse
James,
of course, versus the Flock and Brawlers.
Ooh.
And then Living in Fashion versus H2 Easy for the belts. So should be a pretty stacked card. A lot of solid matches. 2 good tag team matches. Those should be fun.
So is the multiverse going to stabilize and they become heels there, or what's happening? I still don't know.
Look, the multiverse is still a very fluid thing. I don't care what happened at the end of Loki season 2. Yeah, exactly, Bernsey. That's going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Loki really affected the multiverse. Well, maybe it kind of did, but it was more about timeline stuff. But hey, even Doctor Strange doesn't know what the hell's going on with the multiverse at this point. So
to be fair, these are Doctor Who, but I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we said, Toy Drive, bring a wrap toy. You can still buy your tickets and bring a wrap toy if you want to do both just to help out. So
yeah, really good cause. A lot of people that aren't going to have gifts this Christmas, so I'm kind of really glad that they're doing something like this. So
yeah.
Let's Geekcast rating for the Iron Claw. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I've heard really good things.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, it's funny. I think they did their rating, and none of us on the WrestleCast were on that rating.
Yeah,
but, it happens. There's just a lot going on right now, and all the really insane, highly anticipated movies are coming out. This is that time of year, so.
I did let Ted know that I'm down for a screening on this coming Tuesday because the semester's finally done at Vista, so I got some time.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that, and I was like, oh, Audie's team is having a Christmas party that night. So we're like, God. So, yeah. No, really, MJF was an executive producer.
Really?
So,
I didn't know that. Well, okay, guys. Rumor confirmed. MJF to WWE. Going to be in the WWE studios producing a movie. That's all the confirmation we need. Clearly, we're right.
No, this is not a WWE produced movie. People said they liked it. Come on.
Yeah, The Miz isn't in it. It's not WWE produced.
It's not the Marine 9, by the way.
Yeah. Speaking of going to WWE, it's a nice way to segue into Mission Pro Wrestling's Silver Bells 3. And I bring that up because Matty Rinkowski. If you guys were on our show or watching the show, following us, We got some comments from Brian saying there's going to be an announcement. I was a little late to the show. We were working out something. Nacho, he's doing good. I just want to let you know, yes, my cat, in and out of the vet, everything like that. But he's dealing with some health problems. He's old, and it's one of those things where it's getting to that time. But he's still active, still doing his thing. So he's probably napping right now, unfortunately.
So since you weren't there, and I want to point this out, and Tommy can back me up before you say what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
The announcement has still not officially said that she's going to NXT. I know we all know it; it's all pretty much confirmed. But for what it's worth, the announcement was simply she had to vacate the titles because she was moving on to bigger and better things.
That's the independent way of saying.
I know we all know what that means, but for the record, it was not officially said.
Yeah,
throwing that out there.
That's what we can confirm. NPW did not say. We're saying.
Look, it's not like I'm expecting her to sign her WWE contract on the MPW tag team title belts a la CM Punk with Ring of Honor. But, when an independent promotion says on to bigger and better things, this is pretty much clear cut. Yes, she's moving on. She's probably signed the deal, and she's just tying up some loose ends.
Has anyone checked a refrigerator for the tag team title? So just...
Not in mine. I can confirm that at least, but
not in yours. Hers, I meant.
Yeah, I checked hers too. But this is what's interesting about this though is like most of the time when this happens, we were talking about it. They let you finish out your bookings. It's interesting to me that she's not, but maybe it's like an injury risk or something. WWE doesn't want her to get hurt. I don't know. But why? I thought it was interesting that they didn't allow her to at least adjust the crowd and drop the title. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm sure there were reasons for whatever happened. But...
Yeah.
So championships right now, Vacant holds the MPW Tag Team Championship. Interesting enough, Roche Chanel does not have that title. She's the one affected most by this, obviously, and she's not even allowed the opportunity to choose a new partner.
Yep.
Obviously, Brian says there's going to be a couple of Fatal 4-Ways. We had those, and basically the winner of each Fatal 4-Way gets to choose a partner and wrestle for the tag titles. And my thought process is, why couldn't you just have them wrestle for the chance to take on Chanel and her partner, whichever choosing, So, but it's the route they've gone. And when I arrived, I was in the middle of the first match. I missed the pre-show match. But
you also were missing a seat due to that pre-show match.
Yeah, Harlow and Hyder. I heard. I haven't gotten back to watch.
Yeah, so talking about that real quick, everyone was happy to see Men's Revolution going at it. Hyder got bloodied up a little bit quite quickly.
Wow.
And JP, in all his arrogance, made a mistake and kept putting his hands on the cameraman. Our friend
those clips,
Our friend Tusslemania, who was simply trying to do what he does and take video and great pictures, and Harlow just kept getting in his face and threw him into the ring steps at one point, and he was kind of knocked out. And when he came to, he decided to help Joey out and deal with JP, and then JP was on the ground, Hyder was in the corner. Tussle was on the apron. What else are you going to do? Frog splash from the top?
Because why not? So, yeah.
And in that moment, Tusslemania became the greatest cameraman in all of pro wrestling history.
And in all seriousness, go find Izzy's Twitter, because her dad got the greatest picture of Tussle mid-air and then sent it to her, and she posted it on her Twitter that night. But it is just the greatest mid-air of him coming down on Harlow. And it was a good shot, man.
Yeah. Jason's comment.
You're not wrong. And
that's one of those analogies that works, yeah.
Do you remember earlier in this year when we thought Men's Revolution was ready to take all the gold? JP's on a losing streak now. And I love it, but just like to point that out.
You love it, but man, I really thought I was going to be right on that. In the beginning of the year, you guys, what the hell?
Yeah, it's about time you got something wrong.
The shows
you never went to.
Oh, my God.
You did, Bernsey. I heard you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You got everything else right.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you're wrong about something. Jeez.
You know, and
Brian said was not ready for the blood. Yeah, I don't think we were either. Yeah, honestly.
But the ring crew got to it as fast as they could. They tried to wipe it down, and they changed the mat. So shout out to all the crew you got working there.
For real.
I'm curious, Brian. I don't know if you guys have, I mean, obviously they had to change the mat. Like you guys said, they changed the mat and everything. Have they even thought about like doing what like WWE, AEW, where they put like multiple canvases and then just take one off is a little bit easier? I don't know if you guys have ever seen that when they actually do the shows or the film or live. After every couple matches, they actually just remove whatever top canvas and then go to the next one underneath.
It's an idea. Perhaps if you have WWE money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even just to have two, like if there's a chance of blood, then at least you can do a quick cleanup. So.
I don't know. I think for one, I think that's the Charlie Bob Armstrong's ring. So I don't know if he has. I don't know if he has more than. I don't know if his ring can do the multiple mats. I don't know. That's on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Really? That's actually surprising with all the top of the like crazy matches. Yeah, it's just I thought there would have been something there. So
casket match, the double casket match.
I know.
Yeah.
The candy cane street fight.
Yeah, I remember.
Tommy and Mike almost got bloodied in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I still should sue Roche, but she would just pay me a hairspray. So
she do your hair for you.
I don't know if I trust her. It might come out blonde, and I don't want that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying. You said you replaced the canvas. I thought maybe, well, if you got two in the chamber, might as well. But yeah, I guess that works. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, that works out.
Yeah.
Hell of a show, and you guys mentioned Izzy's Twitter, and definitely got to shout this one out because.
Oh man, this was really cool.
Yeah. She put a similar picture to this on her Instagram that it said the reason. That's all she put.
Yeah.
And really beautiful the fact that she's not often you see your kid on there. And then you see my son in the background blurry holding the sign right there too. So,
and also Burnsy, you're in the chat. We see you back there too, buddy.
Yeah. So
yep, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
No, that was really cool.
That was awesome. Such an exciting weekend. Jay and Adi both made their own signs for Izzy. Adi was hilarious. She made her sign, and then you flip it over, and it says "Boo!" #You suck. Like put the hashtag on and everything too.
That's impressive.
And who almost ripped it up before we got started?
I don't know.
Wasn't it Jasmine?
Someone was going after the sign.
Wasn't it Jasmine because I was holding it?
Probably
Jasmine. Yeah.
That's right, because you had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have a feeling though I might be getting my hands on a dry erase board to take to the next show. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with that. So
makes more sense.
Real quick, you know what I forgot to realize is the picture that Izzy posted on IG. You can see my wife in the right.
Yeah, you could too.
I completely forgot about that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then the night started with the match, or I guess the show started after the announcements with the match we sponsored.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And look what I got.
Are you still
evidence of that match? So
I wondered where that went.
Imagine this filled with like oranges, flowers, roses. I'm not exactly sure what they were.
Mm-hmm.
And Rebecca J. Scott, after all the mind games and the stuff, decided to give these to Black Swan. And Black Swan looked at him for a moment, and then Tommy, we've talked to her. We know there's certain personalities that she says may come out one day. One of them came out.
Oh, yeah.
Because she whooped Rebecca J. Scott with these things till all the petals fell off, and this was what was left. And then she threw it down in our feet. That's why I got it, because she turned around and threw it down at us like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to the match we sponsored and to Black Swan for. Now, I will say this. She took a beating. Rebecca J. Scott is no joke.
No, she's not.
That was a very hard-hitting match.
And she was beating on Swan for a bit. But Swan pulled it off, and kudos to her for getting the tap out with her variation of like the Moodalock or
variation of it.
I forget what she calls it if she has a name for it, but
I think she does, but I can't remember what it was called either. Yeah.
The Swan song? That seems like they would go for it.
I would go for that. Mike's going.
I mean, what do you? I don't know what you're talking about, Ted. I'm sure throw it away and not.
I'm pretty sure he's got the display case already on order, arriving via Prime if it's not there already. And yeah,
Well, these Christmas time, it takes a little extra days sometimes.
It does.
Don't remind me. I ordered gifts 2 weeks ago. Never mind. That's personal life. Never mind.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
We'll that in a little bit.
See that, Jason? We'll definitely talk about that a bit.
I hope I'm on time, but Dallas traffic is a bitch, so I don't know.
Tommy will not be on time. He might miss that one. So
Gee.
yeah.
Well, it also depends on Enterprise if I can actually get my car on time.
Fatal 4-way matches. Jasmine Allure. As soon as they put the stip out there, saw Jasmine Allure was in one. I was like, please, dear God, let her win this. Because I really want to see that tag team. Please choose Angel Blue. Please. Jasmine Allure wins.
Plexiglass, Jason.
Yeah. Jasmine Allure wins the first Fatal 4-way, and Maya World won the second one.
Yeah.
With another world-class fake out.
Yeah.
We throw out there.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Who did I get? Yeah. Alex Arsenal did that recently. I think it was RCW. And I yelled at him. I was like, dude, don't do that to me. I thought you were actually hurt. You son of
And then I do have to laugh at Jasmine coming out trying to start something after Maya wins hers. Mm-hmm. And Maya like, why are you going to attack me while I'm injured? That was pretty funny.
That was good. That was really good.
So now the speculation starts, and I know you wanted to get into this, JC.
Yeah, there's only one person that could team with Jasmine Allure, and that's Angel Blue. It has to.
There's not. There are other people. I don't want it to be her.
It has to.
No, it doesn't.
Tommy's favorite tag team. It has to become a reality.
I swear to God, they better not use that as the name.
Oh, I'm sure they will, Brian. I know you're watching. You know it has to happen.
They better not. No. I swear, they better not use it as the name.
Look, I don't think Brian has to give them the name. I think they will gladly make that's their name. There's no other reason. There was no other reason for Angel Blue and Jasmine Allure to come together to make an unholy union.
I think it's pretty holy, but so yeah.
This can't be happening to me. This cannot be happening to me. It cannot. This cannot be happening to me. It can't.
Well, tell me, I have to ask, if it does indeed become that epic tag team that we all know and love, who can Maya World choose to have a chance to take them down? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
I'm going to throw this out. Technically, even though I believe she resides within Texas now, Jasmine, there she goes. Yeah.
Why did you put?
Whoa!
Because we're talking. It's on topic. We're talking about it. So
I thought they were throwing hearts at Tommy. Where did these middle fingers come? That's not the picture I put on the WrestleCast. In mine, they were showing hearts to Tommy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Same thing. Red nail polish.
I have a picture from this weekend where Tommy is giving Jasmine an apple. Is that the same thing?
And I've already said I would not waste a perfectly good apple on her because she would just use it to put some princess in a coma for the rest of her life.
Anyways, my original point is Jasmine is said as being from Orlando, Florida. Misty Marks doesn't like people not from Texas.
Yeah.
Maya and Misty Marks is quite a hard-hitting pair.
Brian, you are not helping.
Brian, it has to happen, bro.
No,
whatever convincing you got to do to get these two in the ring together. Hashtag Tommy's favorite tag team. It really has to happen. So,
I don't want this. I don't want this.
The world needs this, Tommy.
It does.
It doesn't.
This is a tag team that would take the independent world by storm. I'm just going to throw this out there right now.
I hate everything.
They could win. Does Stardom have a tag team title? They could win the Stardom tag team.
I'm talking about the potential to dethrone Chelsea and... I'm just saying.
I hate this show.
Oh my! Ooh. Whoop! I hit the wrong one here. So.
Ted, I'm gonna.
I mean, we've traditionally gone with Tommy's favorite tag teams, but that's pretty good too, Ted.
No, yeah.
It's borderline copyright infringement, but yeah, it could work. So.
I think if we explained to him and gave him like a Big Mac, he'd understand.
Yeah.
A Big Mac. Okay, that was funny.
But yeah, so Jazz is part of her choosing, Maya is part of her choosing. That's all we know at this point. Obviously, pretty sure Tiffany Nieves, she's on the flyer as well. We're not bullying him, we love him.
That's another one. A lot of potential championship contenders.
Yeah.
I would have thrown Maya World into that mix, but obviously she's in the tag team stuff. I'm sure Jasmine would have loved another title shot again, because at least Tommy gets the reminder of her 5-minute title reign, so he's got that going for him.
I do have that.
But yeah.
Do you think the Men's Revolution tries to jumpstart their way in, and possibly one of them tries to get a championship match against Tiffany Nieves?
Oh, I thought you were going to say to the tag team partners. I was like, I don't know, but I want to see videos of this now. But the thing is, go ahead. What's up?
That's it. Let's see how their therapy goes. Maybe that'll help them out.
Well, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, though, JP is on a legit losing streak. So unless the crowd demands it, because for what it's worth, and we can talk about this match in a second, but Izzy did get a title match outside of an MPW sponsored event, but the title was on the line. So I guess it's possible, but I don't think anybody in the crowd or in other places want to see JP get a title shot because, it's JP.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
But there's some contenders, and then every now and then, a name will come out to face the champ. Like Hyens come in when Genocide was champ. Tell me what's Janai Kai?
Janai Kai?
Janai Kai came in with Genocide, and then even Christina Marie came in for Tiffany's first defense. So, there's a few MPW regulars who are a little bit of winning streaks that, you could say maybe they deserve a title shot. And then there's always the possibility. I know we've seen the poster that just came out today with the people on it. So I don't know.
We'll see who shows. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe who will show up that they haven't announced yet. Maybe that poster doesn't show everybody yet.
Possible. Like you said before, last show, cards subject to change.
Yep.
We mentioned Izzy Moreno earlier. She's posting that still looking for her first Mission Pro Wrestling win. Did an amazing job with Kylie King.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. There you go, followers. It's a regular who's never had a title shot. So
I'm here for it.
Yeah. JP Harlow confirmed. There we go.
Emmy's coming back. She was a regular.
Emmy is the regular. Yeah. All I say is Mission Pro never disappoints, so I'm down for whoever it is.
Izzy's match with Kylie King, amazing. And
way better than I thought it was going to be.
Love the speech afterward. And I'm going to be kind of frank with you guys, like putting this on there. That was the day we had that. That was on Saturday. The next day, Audie had a tournament, and we were in Castroville. Damn it. Breaking my heart, Brian.
Yes.
For the hell of it.
Thank you, Brian. Something good out of that.
Joey Hyder. Got it. No.
Hyder. No way.
I'd be more okay with that than JP.
But that speech that she gave afterward to Izzy about you're already winning, like she's very much right, the progress she's made at this young of an age. She's 16, already doing what she does. Yes, you can't expect perfection. There's little things in her repertoire that she's working on that's going to improve. But her psychology, her ring work, her mic skills, the thing she's prepared for this. She does an amazing job, and she has that passion for it. But a lot of that stuff that Kylie King used in that speech, and thank God my daughter's a fan of Izzy because I'm able to use some of that on the softball field because Audie struggled pitching Sunday. Couldn't find the strike zone, walk some batters, hit, and at times at this young age, they mess up once and it's just in their head. So, when we switched pitchers and got to talk to her, like, do you remember what Kylie King told Izzy Moreno? You're already winning. This is still new to you. She's only been pitching 5 months. Izzy's been, wrestling for 5 months at this point, right? So, there's very much, pitching's a new frontier for her. So, and that seemed to help and pitched a little bit better the rest of the day, that's kind of really cool how I'm able to relate wrestling to what she's doing. And I thought that speech was amazing. I thought that the way Izzy reacted was great. I really do want to see a little more intensity out of her at this point. She's 10 matches in. So,
she got mad.
She got mad.
She got mad during that match.
Yeah. But I like that Kylie King is the one that's bringing that out of her too. Because by wrestling standards, Kylie King is still fairly young too. You know, she's still
she is.
very early on in her career. She's about to hit her prime too. So, um, there's a very good chance. You know, I'm interested to see what promos they film for this, who Izzy's opponent's going to be, and if she's able to pick up that first win. And would love to see the celebration for it to be on Super Bowl weekend of all weekends too. By the way, just throwing that out there. So
is that when that is? Oh wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, day before Super Bowl Sunday. So
okay, this is also me forgetting when the Super Bowl was. So yeah.
I'm telling you now, the day that win happens, that the shot of that crowd is going to go viral over wrestling Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be insane.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be a loud, crazy party, and we're going to be dancing all over that place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If it's not a main event, then we're going to have intermission right after. Because
yeah, for sure.
For sure. What we got here?
I mean, pretty quickly, because she's had a lot of outside title defenses that, well, okay. And
she's pretty dominant on that level that she is.
Yeah, and definitely with that. And obviously the time frame hasn't quite kicked in with some of these others, but I also, didn't follow Mission Pro from the beginning, so I don't know if Holiday early on or La Rosa Negra had a lot of outside title shot defenses with the MPW belt at the time, but like I know Tiffany has. We've seen that over the last few months, defending that title outside of MPW. So she's getting there really quickly, if not there yet.
That I know of. La Rosa Negra had a couple. I don't remember if Genocide did. I'm pretty sure Holiday did as well. But I can't remember how much. But I don't know because Tiffany Neves feels like she defends that thing every chance she gets.
Tommy, I'm gonna make you feel good for a minute after we've kind of been mean to you a lot in the show. There's a name missing from his list. Whose name is not on that champions list?
Oh yeah, you're right. Her name is missing.
Why not? Why would it not be on that list?
Oh, why is her name on the list? Because I had sneezes longer than her title reign. That's why. Okay, yeah, you're right. That would be a good.
All right, I figured you'd enjoy that. So.
Thank you.
It was Jasmine for those watching. Who don't
yes, yeah. Well, I figured as much.
So. Okay.
But also, really quickly, back to Izzy. She got that armbar in a few times.
Yeah, and she did. It was
when she has a little more. No, and another thing, Kylan is one of the more powerful women in wrestling. So when Izzy has just a little more strength to yank that arm away from the other hand and lock it in, ooh, no, it was 8 minutes.
And I think that's part of. People forget that she has that, and it's kind of cool of her to do that. I wonder if she should have some sort of maybe I'm not saying wear her actual belt because she just got promoted to blue belt in jiu-jitsu, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe if she's kind of add that to her ring gear, maybe she wears it to the ring like another a blue belt or something like that, just to kind of.
Kylan's speech, you never know what could happen next.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much that changes, how much that, but I think that would be kind of cool for her to at least showcase that, maybe work a little bit more the technical side of the jiu-jitsu side things as well, because I love that she's able to just practically pull it out of nowhere, which is pretty cool. But I think that'd be really cool if she's finding so many different ways to set that up and even pull it. Maybe she has an opponent sitting on the top rope and pulls an arm bar out of it onto the ground, which would be a really cool spot.
Very Zack Sabre Jr. with that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I guess you don't learn that till match 15 or 16, so she has a few more. It's only 10.
Yeah.
That's still crazy, honestly.
For sure. Hard press. Although that first Fatal 4-Way was pretty damn intense too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, definitely.
They had a really nice Tower of Doom.
Yeah.
Spot there.
Yeah.
And shout out to Denise just coming in oh, look at all these people set up for a nice big power bomb.
Sure, I'll do this. Yeah. Oh man, great event, great show.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. Brian, I'm really hoping. I'm just saying, whatever influence you can get to get Angel Blue to be Jazz Miller's partner. I'm just saying that's gonna be an epic tag team.
Please don't do this to me.
Also, on a side note, so we can get this away from Tommy as quickly as possible. Lady Bird did cash in her Mission Pro Cup to get that title shot. She was not successful. So the cup is now vacant as well. And that obviously doesn't have to be won in February, but obviously that's something that's going to be there in the coming of 2024.
Okay, get out of here. Yes.
Yeah. Brian, that's up to Jasmine. Right. Don't leave anything up to Jasmine. Don't let her make decisions. It's always a bad idea.
Yeah.
How much influence do we have?
I hate everything.
Maybe once a week we should just tweet that. Here's your friendly reminder, Jasmine, that this should be your partner.
Say less, JC.
Yes.
I'm on it.
Damn it!
What's the new modern term? Manifesting.
Look,
manifesting this into reality.
I say that, but I do need to shout out Angel Blue because she told us this when she came on the show about a month or two ago for the interview. And this past Sunday, actually, she ran her first marathon.
Yes.
Finished College Station 26.2 miles. I was a little worried about it after the injury, but thankfully that didn't hinder her at all. And Angel Blue completed her first marathon. Congratulations. We're also very proud of you.
I can congratulate her on that. I can do that.
Knowing, your sobriety and everything that you have dealt with the last 3 years, injuries and stuff, it is very, very amazing to see. And so proud of you. I'm proud. Me and Tina especially are so excited for you, and I'm so proud. It's pretty awesome. So
yes,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also one other thing, real quick, Tommy, and I know you'll agree. I know JC's seen her. Even though we're not the biggest fan of her, she is hybrid trained, so it wasn't surprised that Calientita made an impressive debut and knew what she was doing in the ring because she is a hybrid.
Yep, getting beat up. She knew how to do that. That's for sure.
If I have to give her some kind of props, I'll give her props on
that.
Obviously did win the Fatal 4-Way.
Even though she vehemently hates me. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's literally video of us booing her and covering her ears right in front of her.
I love the collective groan as soon as she walked out too. You're over as a heel when she walks out. Who the hell's music is this? She walks out. Go back and listen to it. You're like, she's not even spicy. She's not even mild. Yeah.
It was mild sauce.
It wasn't even mild. It was honey barbecue is what it was, if anything.
Damn.
Yeah. There. When you do the sauces, they put those little peppers next to the level. Nothing next to hers. Just no throwing out there right now. Yeah. So.
Jason, damn.
Oh my gosh. Fun night. Always a great time.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Thunder Rosa. I'm so glad I was able to get an autographed picture of her. Got the one of her dressed in the outfit when she won the AEW Women's title in San Antonio.
I don't think I have any new pictures of her. I think all mine are. I haven't bought a new one of hers recently.
Yeah.
Do that.
Well, she hadn't been at the obviously.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, I thought like, I think all my stuff is old. So like even before AEW old. Like when she, I think the last thing I autographed was
excuse me,
BOW when she tag teamed with Holly did that one time.
The funny part is, I had her. Audie's like, "Where's Thunder Rosa?" I was like, she's right there. Where? She didn't recognize her without the face paint on.
Face paint, yes.
So
that's hilarious. Have you guys ever watched real quick segue? Have you guys ever watched the Hey EW that she did with him?
No.
Oh my God, go find it. It's so great. He talks about the face. They get into it about the face paint, and thank you for reminding me. Yes, I hate to get tickets for that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely gonna be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. For sure.
Might want to go to interesting. Well, she better be there. The way she's been promoting the hell out of it on social media to get tickets sold too. So
yeah, about the only one.
Yeah,
for real.
So, all right.
Real quick on that.
Yeah,
I think there's a chance we get Claudio Bryan Danielson at the end of the tournament there, because I think that's the last match.
Is that lining up
for them? That's the way it looks. Unless they do it on Dynamite next week.
Okay.
It looks like the Collision could be the last matches.
Yeah, because the week after that Collision is going to be World's End.
Right. So that's the other cool thing is Collision is the week before the pay-per-view. Yeah. So
do they usually move Collision to Friday whenever they're going to have a pay-per-view on Saturday? I'm trying to remember.
Usually.
If it's a Saturday.
They'll flip. They'll flip all three shows around. They'll flip all three shows around for pay-per-views and for whatever sports game is happening on TBS or TNT. Because I think everyone got real mad because they thought Rampage and Collision were now going to go back-to-back from now on. and people were like, guys, it was one night. So
they let you know ahead of time. Relax, guys. So
yeah.
Real quickly, want to discuss NXT Deadline. Haven't been able to watch the entire show, but those Iron Survivor challenges, Jesus Christ! I saw the highlights of the men's one. I need to watch that. Trick Williams, dude, my God, he pulled
that trick.
I'm just gonna say this as a Titans fan, I was proud because on Monday he scored 15 points with less than 3 minutes left to win the game. Trick busted out 4 fucking pinfalls to win that with less than 4 minutes. It's pretty amazing.
That trick.
Yeah. I haven't watched the thing either, and I'll tell you a little bit why during my 1 minute warning.
Okay.
Because there's kind of a connection to that, but same thing. I've seen a lot of the highlights. Again, like NXT seems to like you again, even though there's so much young talent, like the shows are good.
Yep.
Like they don't really disappoint either. So
Yep.
Whoop that trick.
Now, what that sets up there, Trick is going to be wrestling Ilya Dragunov, who retained over Baron Corbin, at New Year's Evil, which is January 2nd. And then Blair Davenport won the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge.
Yep.
And she's going to wrestle. Oh my God, who's the women's champion right now? Lyra Valkyria, at the same event. So.
And Dragon Lee beat Dominic Mysterio.
Yes.
I guess slightly related news. Supposedly, that kind of signals the end of his time down with the NXT stuff since he's losing the belt.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of see what happens. But now apparently Punk's there all the time. So.
Yeah. That was kind of cool to see him make an appearance, and then him and Shawn Michaels really forget their lines. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, look, that's a good sign. I'm trying to be optimistic that all this is gonna work out. I'm still cautiously optimistic.
I just enjoyed that he was wearing a Bret Hart hoodie when he went to the ring with Shawn Michaels. I thought that was kind of funny.
That's fair.
So yeah,
that seems like the kind of thing, you know.
It's like CM Punk clearly unhappy with WWE. Going back to AEW immediately. Shook hands with Jack Perry.
Other results: Carmelo Hayes defeated Lexis King, and Kiana James defeated Roxanne Perez in the steel cage match. Which I need to go back and watch that one too, because that
apparently someone attacked.
I was gonna say apparently also Lexis King said it wasn't him who attacked Trick after all, and then someone attacked Carmelo, which this is like the long way of saying it was me all along.
I was gonna say though, like the Roxanne match. Apparently she got attacked by someone in the cage match, which led to her defeat. So it wasn't a clean loss.
Okay.
I think she got the old cage door slammed on her head type thing, and someone attacked.
Like how big a star are they planning to make her? Because she either wins in the most brutal fashion or can't get a clean loss to save her life. It's like they are really building her up at this point, I think.
In a very similar fashion to San Antonio, I feel like they're taking the Wemby approach where everyone's freaking out right now, but they're just doing really good. And they're going to be a star. Just give it the time. Yeah. So,
do you think by WrestleMania or maybe shortly after WrestleMania she gets the call up to Raw?
She may get the after WrestleMania call. Yeah. Probably not to get there, although she could be in the Rumble again.
Well, she could be in the Rumble, but still not get the call up till after Mania, though.
Yeah.
I think around the Rumble, I'm going to have to do my 1 year apology to Zoe. Or is it 2 years at this point to Zoe Stark?
I think it was 1 year. I think it was Roxanne was the champion last year. Was in the Rumble, but I think they didn't want her to get hurt. So yeah.
I have to find that. Did we live stream that? Do we have to find that video?
Every 5 minutes. Why is Zoe Stark still in the Rumble? That was hilarious. So yeah. Excuse me.
Oh, that was the Rumble I was at, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one you're at. Yeah. So,
that's right.
Yeah, the one you got it for free too.
Jesus, this year, even though we're at the end of it, seems so long.
No, real talk. The Rumble because you said 2 years ago, I was like, that was this year, wasn't it?
That was this year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was this year because that's when I met Steve.
That was the dude.
It was the weekend.
Yeah,
of
you're
NXT,
right.
and
No,
honestly,
you're right. I forgot that was this year too.
And got to know more of the hybrid and some of the people from the
You're
shows
right.
better because we were in line at the
It
WrestleCast
was this year.
thing.
And you know one reason why I keep getting it mixed up is because like of the number of times I've been to Dallas already for shows. Usually that's like a 1 or 2 time a year trip, and now this is gonna be my 3rd drive up there. It's like whoa.
But Tommy, how did you get tickets to the Rumble? How much did you pay for them? I don't remember. Huh.
Throw it out there. Waiting for the response. Answer the question.
I got in for free. Someone bought the ticket for me.
Crazy.
And I was on the floor.
Yeah. Way to go there.
I called the person who did it like when I realized the tickets were what the hell? I knew you were typing something. Damn it.
No, that's all Tommy got mad about. He was like, they're not gonna let me live this down.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Tommy, did you notice the hashtag?
I did that's what I'm talking about. And Ted, you know what? Anyway, yeah, but no, seriously. I looked at the ticket and looked at the section numbers. I was like, where the hell is this seat supposed to be at? And I had to find an usher, and they said, oh no, you're this way. And I was like, this way is the floor.
Yep.
Why is this way the floor?
Hey,
and when we kept walking and we were like almost on top of the door for them to come out, I was like, what the hell?
I will say this. What that confirms is that all 3 of us have been on the floor for a Royal Rumble.
Yes.
That's true. At the Dome, right?
Not in 2 different buildings.
No.
Oh, no, it was at the Dome.
It was at the Dome. Yeah, it was at the Dome. Difference is when Mike and I were on the floor, they were using the whole Dome.
Yeah.
And thank you to Mike's WWF magazine subscription at the time. So we got those tickets too, by the way.
Nice.
So
wrestling nerd as long as I've been
alive. So,
nice.
I mean, wrestling geek.
Hey,
for synergy.
All right, Impact Final Resolution. I want to talk a bit about this because there were some interesting results. I'm just going to kind of go over this right here. Pre-show, PCO beats Jesse V because why the hell not would PCO not get a win? Jack Price defeats Aiden Prince. Frankie Kazarian defeated Sheldon Jean. Onto the main card, ABC successfully defended the Impact Tag Team Championships against Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. Jody Threat defeated Alicia Edwards. Tommy Dreamer defeated Diener to retain the Digital Media Championship. And a great name for a tag team, Speedball Mountain, Trent Seven and Mike Bailey defeated the Rascals, which was Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Jake Something defeated Jason Hoach. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Rhino technically defeated Moose by DQ like 2 minutes in. They said, you know what? Restart it. It's a street fight. And Moose ended up beating Rhino in the street fight, the subsequent street fight. So, yeah. I don't think that feud's ending anytime soon, honestly.
Nope.
Probably not.
Yeah. Trinity and Jordan Grace defeated Deanna Prazo and Giselle Shaw. And then finally, Zack Sabre Jr. and Josh Alexander defeated the Motor City Machine Guns in a match that I'm sure was freaking epic as hell.
Yeah,
I really want to look for that one online for sure. So, but definitely interesting results. As we mentioned at the top of this, Kushida has signed with TNA. We only have a few more weeks left of Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
Now, last week, literally, we were talking about what's going to happen to Impact Plus, and the next day we finally got some details. Let me see if I have this right from memory. It will be rebranded as TNA Plus, but the price point is going to increase to $9.99 a month, or you can also pay for the year at a time. As I understand it, if I'm reading it right, this also includes 4 pay-per-views a year.
I saw something about that. I didn't go back to double check it, but I think you're right.
Yeah. So the increase to $9.99 a month, and I'm getting the emails, so I have to go back and double check my email because I'm a current subscriber, will also include Hard to Kill, Bound for Glory, Lockdown if they do another Lockdown, whatever other pay-per-view they're going to do. What's it? Slammiversary. Yeah. So that is a hell of a deal, kind of back to the old WWE Network days. And quite frankly, it's going to pull in a lot of people too. It's a joint venture they're doing with Endeavor. And I think that's really awesome. It's going to get some more power behind this. TNA Plus they're standing on. It's interesting to me that yes, we have WWE Network via Peacock, even though internationally they still have their standalone network. We're going to get TNA Plus. When is AEW going to get their own streaming service?
I think they keep trying.
I think they're trying to work about. I think they're still trying to work to get themselves on Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Still trying to work that out. Yeah.
Well,
but
I don't know if you could trust Max. They have to get rid of the show that they themselves owned. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you do technically have Honor Club going.
Ring of Honor,
ROH
which is the only way you can watch Final Battle, or you can do what Tommy did and get tickets. Yeah. So, yeah. So they still have the Honor Club going for Ring of Honor, but I mean, I don't know why you couldn't do something similar for AEW. I mean, get some priority for ticket sales, things like that. But I mean, that's something they have to work out. Obviously, they still have the deal with Bleacher Report. I don't know when that expires, and that might be what's holding it up. So
that's true too.
Yeah.
But TNA pulling out all the stops with this rebranding.
Yeah.
We mentioned last week about Okada. We talked about Kushida. Let me see if they've even announced it.
Has Kushida been in Impact before?
Yeah.
I feel like
he was there. He was there a few times this past year.
Okay.
But it was like by appearance here or there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was by appearance. No, because he got a title shot, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, against Josh Alexander. He got a title shot, and Josh Alexander beat him.
And didn't he team with
the Motor City Machine Guns? It was a six-man tag match.
But it's nice to see him officially on the books.
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do as far as what match he's going to get, because so far they've only announced 2 matches. We got Trinity versus Jordan Grace for the Knockouts World Championship. That is Jordan Grace's Call Your Shot Championship match. And Alex Shelley is defending the TNA World Championship against Moose. This is Moose's Feast or Fire title match. So yeah. So this is definitely going to be how interesting one. Oh, really? Is it really that time? Their TV deal's already expiring? Man, time does fly.
Yeah.
So TNT and TBS would be dumb to let that go. I'm sure they're trying to work that out, but yeah. So.
Well, I don't know if you heard, the rumor is that Punk being in WWE has brought them to the table, WWE. Warner Bros. Discovery. That's the rumor.
Warner Brothers for that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. That's the rumor.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's a rumor. You're right.
I
don't know if that's really better for WWE in the
no, because you know how TNT and TBS always try to control what their programming is too. Have some sort of control.
Warner Brothers does not have the best track record of the last few years.
No.
Of things overall.
No, they don't.
Unless they're trying to get it to like a network TV show, but I don't know. It'd be hard pressed for me to get Raw.
I mean, before you know it, we're gonna have like WrestleMania Snyder cut, and it's just gonna be a whole mess.
WrestleMania.
Okay. You want to bet or what?
WrestleMania Snyder.
It's gonna be like a 9-hour
WrestleMania Snyder.
It's gonna be night 4 of a buy one get one free.
All right.
You know how it goes.
Well, we'll get that night 4 of a buy one get one extravaganza.
That's the joke I just made, Tommy. You weren't even listening.
I was laughing too hard at you saying the Snyder cut thing. My bad.
Well, TNT and TBS are going to throw the book at the NBA, for sure. That's a cash cow for them. So yeah,
for sure.
I mean, yeah, there's just I'd be shocked if that goes anywhere else.
Yeah.
So. All right, interesting stuff. So, all right, well, let's move on to Ring of Honor Final Battle. Tommy, how excited are you to be at this event?
Thrilled because just for some of the matches they announced, including the ones that we heard about like right before we started, it's shaping to be a good show. I feel like honestly, Ring of Honor has been kind of doing what Impact had been doing the past couple of years and having great matches, great shows no one was talking about. And also because, Athena's in the main event, which, I don't care. That's a win.
That better be the main event.
No, it is.
Right
it is. They officially announced it.
Okay, good. Thank God. So, yeah.
Also, Tommy, I need to ask you a favor.
Sure.
Assuming she doesn't slap you in the face on site, I don't know what your relationship is after all these years, but can you go ahead and get me a number? Because, I got the Minion and Trading shirt, so I do need a number, if possible.
I'll put it this way. Even if she does slap me, while I'm trying to regain consciousness, I'll ask her, hey, Athena, can you give Mike a number? Thank you.
As long as you do it before you go unconscious.
There you go. See, I got your back.
Maybe write it down in case you forget it or concussion.
Yeah. I'll have her text it to you. Here, take my phone. Can you text Mike and let her know what his number is? Thank you. Then you ask me next week, how was the show? I went to a show last week.
Mission Pro was great. That was last week, Tommy.
So what is on the card for this one? Well, let's start with Keith Lee versus Shane Taylor. Yes, we're starting with that one. Man.
It's been a long,
Big E special.
Yeah. A long time coming.
Mm-hmm. I know, Tommy, you're going to be pretty wired up for this one. So
yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to make predictions on this show? Or you just want to talk about?
I was going to ask that. Are we doing that or?
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I see that World Television Championship Impact style match. And
you got a dice?
I'm getting some PTSD here. So.
My dice is at my old house. Oh, it's packed up. I don't have my dice with me. I thought we back my house already. Damn.
Maybe it's safer we don't. Maybe we just say our picks are done for the year.
Okay.
This is really the last big show.
Yeah, this really is. World's End is technically 2023, but
that's true,
we're gonna have our end of year awards before that event. So yeah. So that's the thing. So.
But let's talk about it.
Well, this is gonna be an interesting one. Keith Lee, Shane Taylor. I'm very interested to see how the crowd's gonna react because there's both of those guys are pretty legendary in that area.
And the funny part is Shane's technically Cleveland, but he was down here so long, especially in Dallas, where the VIP crowd knows him like almost more than the San Antonio crowd knows him.
Yeah.
That he's just as legendary as Keith is, really, at this point.
For sure.
So I thought the crowd's going to be split. Honestly, I can't even lie. Because Shane is usually a heel, but I can't think of a heel who gets cheered. MJF's technically face now, but Shane's always a heel, but always gets cheered out of the building. So.
Yeah. Plus, also, all those DFW guys up there are probably going to be, if they're not helping out on the show, then probably in the crowd. And like Jason said earlier, I'm sure some of those hybrid guys are going to go up there. If they can. So.
Got to be helping crew or doing something like that.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah.
I Quit match: Ethan Page versus Tony Nese.
I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I feel like people are underestimating how good this match is going to be. Well, the whole show, honestly, but I feel like this match is going to might be a sleeper hit. Because I want Ethan Page to have a breakout year next year. I really do. I want him to get.
I agree.
I want him to get gold. So.
All right, the ROH World Television Championship. Now, this is part of the Survival of the Fittest finals. Everyone get your dice ready if you're playing at home. Dalton Castle versus Commander versus Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson versus Lee Moriarty versus somebody else to be determined, which I think they're going to figure out Friday night. Or I don't even know how they're going to figure it out. They should have figured it out already by now at this point.
Unless it's just a special debut.
No, tonight, because technically tonight would have been the last episode before it's Thursday, so ROH.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
So it probably was on the show tonight.
They
have to check.
Oh, well, so far nothing I've seen has announced it, but we'll see.
Okay.
Anybody have a dice they want to roll and see just who would come up? That'd be pretty funny. So
I don't have any. I don't have any dice. I really don't.
Look, I'm just gonna put this out there. The face of your television should be Dalton Castle. Who does not want Dalton Castle as a TV champ right now, Ring of Honor?
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say, by the way, that's another Hey EW. If you haven't seen it, it's so good. Is Hey EW with Dalton Castle? Oh my God, it's freaking hilarious because Dalton Castle is just.
Those two together just.
Yeah, Dalton Castle cannot stop being charismatic. I don't think he's physically able to not be hilarious, no matter what he's doing.
Also, just want to throw out there, mathematically speaking, if you choose Lee, your chances increase because two of the competitors have the name Lee. So if you just choose Lee, you have a better shot of then choosing one.
Would you say that your chances double if you choose Lee?
Yes.
Nice. That's deep.
Also, this made me think of something real quick. So there's the famous story of the hurricane when he came from WCW to WWE, he had to change from Shane Helms to Gregory Helms because Shane McMahon was already on the roster, and Vince does not let people have similar names.
So dumb.
AEW does not give a crap.
Nope.
The number of Adams is like at 5 now.
Mhm.
The number of Lees in this ROH is technically 3 because you have a Keith Lee, and then you have Lee Johnson, Lee Moriarty. There's like the Page family, the Cage family. It is kind of funny that like you had this name, you're going to stick with it.
I mean,
we don't care if other people have it.
I mean, if in a perfect world, if Brody Lee was still alive,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
be him and Brody King, and just a battle who's.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just thought that was funny. Sorry.
Jay Briscoe Memorial Fight Without Honor is FTR and Mark Briscoe versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Wow.
It hasn't been a year yet, has it?
It
No,
hasn't, but
January.
let's just be honest with you. This fight's going to be freaking violent, and that.
But no, but
Jay Briscoe
that's
won
back
any
to
other
what
way.
we were saying earlier.
I
Like,
was-
Yeah.
it's been such a crazy year that it hasn't been a year since Jay passed.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
there's a lot that happened in 2023. It's just insane to think
Yeah.
about. So, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I might break out in tears during this one, man, because
Dude, I wouldn't
because
blame you at all.
just to see because a six-man fight without honor, it's like just Jay Briscoe's name, aside from the fact that it's named after him, written all over it. It's like I just hear Jay, what 6-man tag? We get to fight each other? Hell yeah, boy, let's do that shit. So
And it is Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta, right?
It's Danielson, Moxley,
Danielson-
and Claudio.
yeah, because
It's the big three.
Yes.
yeah, because Yuta actually
Oh.
they just announced, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's right. We
Yeah.
said
So
that
it
earlier.
is Danielson, Moxley, Claudio. That's going to be.
So this is like an
crazy.
all-star fight without honor.
So let me just say
Okay.
this, Tommy.
Yes.
Do you still have Honor Club?
No, but
Damn it! Never mind. I can't ask you to borrow your login, so I'm gonna have to just sign up for one, I guess.
Well,
But-
maybe I get it before I leave. Maybe.
I was just saying you're gonna be there. Would love to have your login, but I mean that's the only way to watch it. But yeah, it's just
I'll
we'll
message
talk,
you later.
we'll talk.
We'll
All
work
right.
it out.
we'll work it out.
I mean, they're not Netflix. I'm sure you could share it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Netflix. All right, AAA Mega Championship, Hijo del Vikingo versus Black Taurus. That is a match that was just added
Yeah.
today, I believe. So a little bit of AAA action, which is pretty awesome. I'm kind of glad to see this.
Yeah.
You guys notice this resurgence of like luchadors everywhere in American television?
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
I mean Dragon Lee and who did he wrestle just recently?
Another Lee, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. no, he's in WWE though. That Lee's in WWE. There you go. So see, it's
And
different.
he's probably the only Lee in WWE.
For now.
But no, it's like, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. It's just, I just love how we're kind of going back to the '90s of like every company wants that advantage. So what do? They get luchadors.
Yeah.
Well, WWE for the most part would only bring a couple in, and it was always like the next Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio has apparently been the next Rey Mysterio for the last 15 years. But AEW, really got the ball rolling recently. It may have been more in this past year when they got a Hijo de Vikingo, Commander, Gravity, and they started bringing a whole bunch of them in.
And don't forget this started when they signed Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miyam.
Right, that have always been there. So yeah,
For sure. Another match added. We mentioned already. Wheeler Yuta is defending the ROH Pure Championship against Filthy Tom Lawler.
Yo, another match that could be a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
yes, and an interesting little storyline potential connection there. If you remember, I don't remember if it was 2 pay-per-views ago or the last one where Claudio and it was Wrestle Dream. No,
Wrestle Dream?
that was the one for Inoki.
Yeah.
right?
Wrestle Dream. Yeah.
Yes, on the pre-show was Claudio and Lawler,
Mhm.
and Claudio beat him, and then like Lawler basically put him over and said, "I'll have a pure rules match with you or a match with you anytime." So, interesting little connection with Blackpool Combat Club and Lawler there. Yuta has become a great little a-hole, but also like he's not the little a-hole you can pick on because part of his training is literally getting beat up by Blackpool Combat Club
That he'll get his big
all the
boys.
time, like before matches, after matches. So he's tough and he can go. So that should be a really fun match.
And what was and I think someone mentioned, I think Jason did in the pre-show, it's going to be the Von Erichs versus the Outrunners.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
so apparently that just been announced. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. I apologize,
You're
Jason.
good. No, you're good.
That one up there. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Von Erichs versus Outrunners in the pre-show 0 hour. Probably, I believe, going to be on the YouTube channel for
Probably.
AEW Ring of Honor. Yeah,
You would think so. Yeah.
Then
and then
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. Also, real quick, because it's tomorrow night. Because this was on Dynamite. The Von Erichs are teaming with Orange Cassidy in a 6-man match.
Wow.
They did a little vignette on Wednesday last night, and the Von Erichs were getting interviewed with Kevin, and then Orange came out with Trent and Danhausen.
Hilarious.
So that was fun. And Orange asked him to be his partners for a 6-man, and Trent were like, "Hey, we're your friend, we're best friends." He's like, "But we're in Texas." Oh, good point.
Yeah.
We're in Texas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Finally, main event, ROH Women's Championship. Athena is defending against Billy Starks. Oh, man.
Okay. This is right there with Paige and Omega, right? Like, just run it over the line. Like, they're I mean, they could Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes this, but should they? Especially because, okay, they put out the 3-hour timeline of their story.
They did.
From where it started with the
really
Renegade
did.
Twins. And I've been going through that. I haven't even finished it yet. It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Honestly, like, it may be one of the storyline of the year, in all honesty. Like, it sucks in the sense that it was on Honor Club and most people didn't see it all the way through. I didn't even see it all the way through. But it is really good. So it's right there for Starks to upset her and take that title and ascend to stardom, but
not in Athena's backyard, man.
It's still Athena.
Yes.
That's what the only thing that's stopping me is the fact that it's in Athena's backyard. That's the only thing.
That will shock me if that happens. If Athena loses in Dallas or Garland, wherever the hell it is. So yeah, that'd be crazy. But
very much so.
It's going to be a hell of a match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we even talked to Swan about it. Like, I know Billy Starks is 8. She might have just like turned 19. Mm-hmm. I think she just had a birthday, 19, right?
Yeah.
But she has been doing this for at least 4 years. Similar to Izzy in the idea that she's like a veteran already, or she good in the ring and doesn't really show her age with the stuff she does.
Yeah.
But you're right; it's in Texas, so it's going to be a hell of a match, and it's going to steal the show. It's the main event; it shouldn't have to do that, but it may be the best match of the night.
Hey, with the Ring of Honor event, you always have to find someone to steal the show. If you're the main event, you just have to find a way to steal the show too, right? That match.
True.
Yep. All right, Ring of Honor Final Battle takes place Friday, December 15th. That is tomorrow night, guys. 7 p.m. Central Time, Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland, Texas, Dallas area. It is only watchable on Honor Club. Sorry, no Bleacher Report. No way to buy it on pay-per-view. You have to be a subscriber to the Ring of Honor Club. Check the Ring of Honor website for more details. Or, like I said, just do what Tommy did. Go buy some tickets, make the drive, take the day off from work if you want to get there a little bit easier. Yeah. So, Ring of Honor Final Battle. Tommy, is this your first Final Battle that you've ever been to?
Oh, I want to say no. I think I've been to. I think they had one they had one last year, I think, but I didn't go to that one. But they had.
That was in like April of last year when they had just come back, right?
No, I went to that too, but no, I think they had a Final Battle before that I went to. I thought. Hold on.
Okay. I was trying to wonder if you had gone maybe like.
Well, don't check your receipts because you probably got it. I'm sorry.
While he's looking that up, let's go into our 1 minute warning segment.
Damn it.
Mike, do you have anything this week?
Yeah, I do.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know if I can stop laughing in a minute.
All right.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier there was a reason I didn't really get to watching NXT Deadline, and I've tweeted this out before, and I've joked with the people in here before, but this is a real thing now, and we need to address it. Wrestling weekend show hangover is a real thing, okay? Saturday night I come home after the show, obviously buzzing from a good time. I'm sharing my pictures on social media. I'm tagging people doing all this stuff. I wake up Sunday and I did not do one productive damn thing all day. Now, look, for what it's worth, I don't have kids. I don't have that kind of family stuff going on. So there's no responsibilities of having to go to practice, take people here, there. But I didn't do a damn thing. And then I get to work on Monday and I felt the exact same way. And to top that off, it's like wrestling show hangover with last week before the semester ends. It is not a good combination. But this is a real thing that hundreds of Americans suffer from most weekends around this world, around the U.S. And I just think we need to talk about it more because it is a real thing.
Hilarious.
Tommy, do you have something this week?
Yeah, and just to confirm, no, this is my first final battle. Yeah, so I've
okay.
There was one in Garland last year, but I didn't go. I can't remember why. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right,
you got you a free show down here. So
just start the damn clock.
Whenever you're ready, go.
So anyway, I just want to shout out something that AEW has been doing lately, and that's this Continental Classic tournament. I've been hearing for a while now. AEW started doing its own thing again, and I feel like this has been it. This is that they've been doing that's different. They've had solid match to solid match in this tournament. They've all felt like a big deal, especially with the post-match interviews that they've been doing. Right, like immediately afterwards, it feels very G1 climax in my opinion. I think even Mike mentioned that to me. He messaged me earlier today. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's really cool. So. If you haven't been checking the matches out, you really should because they've been really, really good. So, yep.
All right. Excuse me, guys. Let me pause this here, restart this. I'm going to kind of continue on a bit with what Mike said. Yes, wrestling hangover is a very real thing, but I want everyone to prepare themselves because the next Mission Pro show is Super Bowl weekend. So you're going to have the Mission Pro Wrestling hangover. Then you're going to have Super Bowl Sunday. And why the fuck is the day after the Super Bowl not a national holiday? But I'm going to reiterate something that I said last season on the Sports Minorities podcast. There's a way the NFL can fix this. Give every team an additional bye week. The season's long enough as it is right now. You might as well add another bye week. What this will do is it's going to extend the season another week. And where does that put the Super Bowl? Oh, President's Day weekend. What happens on President's Day? We're off on Monday. So, hey, why not? You have the Super Bowl President's Day Sunday. We're already at the National Holiday Monday. NFL, you can really help the productive world that we live in, help the nation's productivity, because especially if we're going to get Mission Pro and then Super Bowl Sunday, nobody ain't doing shit on Monday. I'm just going to say that right now.
Not in San Antonio.
No. Glad I was able to kind of jump on.
That's some real stuff.
That's real talk right there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or, if not another bye week, just move the season back a week as a whole. Start 1 week later.
Yeah, Jason, that's pretty much Tommy during Wrestle Kingdom, especially he's gone. He's gone. So, yeah.
Now, I will say, when they moved to 2 days, I didn't care. I was still up watching. It's just after this. Yeah, the next day it was just like, yeah. So no.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when they do the 4-night buy one get one free extravaganza?
If it's WWE, I don't care.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Just a quick kind of rundown of what's going on. Next week, we are going to be recapping Ring of Honor. Excuse me. Ring of Honor Final Battle, everything that happened with that event. Talk a little bit about what happened with the Hybrid Experience show as well. And also probably announce our nominees for the year-end awards, because the following week, that show next week will be on the 21st. The 28th, we will have our year-end award show / preview of World's End. Because AEW World's End happens that weekend. Then the week after that, we'll probably be doing the show on January 2nd. It is a Tuesday, or could potentially do it New Year's Day that evening. We're trying to figure that out because Wrestle Kingdom is that first week it's the show annually that Tommy gets to host as well. So we're going to figure that out. So it's going to be an early show that week to talk all about Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes.
And possibly also we'll talk about New Year's Evil, which is the NXT event that's happening on Tuesday that week. So thank you, everybody. Oh my God, I need to get some water. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again on this week's episode of the WrestleCast. Let's see here. What is this? 13. Yeah.
That's his WrestleMania weekend. That's what he went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That weekend. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, I forget how many shows I went to.
Did you sleep? Jesus Christ.
No, because like every time, like pretty much I saw Jason everywhere I was at something else because we were just going like pretty much that whole weekend. We were just like the whole plan was everyone just got in our cars and was just going to another show.
Pretty amazing stuff. Yeah.
It's a good weekend.
All right.
That's the wrestling dream right there.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
For the sky, boy.
Ooh.
Jasmine, choose Angel Blue. See you next week.
Adios, Gunther.